What's going on, everyone? Hey, welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, I'm Brandon, and this channel is all about just sharing my day trading journey using prop firms. So if that's something interesting, sounds interesting to you, go ahead, go below, subscribe to the channel. So we're gonna break down how today went. If I could sum it up, I would just say today was an up and down day for me, right? So last Monday, a holiday, I did very well. You know, we had a half day, but I did really well. Caught a few W's and ended the day green. Today, up and down, you're gonna see. But if you're not aware, we're running a 50K TOPSTEP eval, and I just got a My Funded Futures 50K core account. The TOPSTEP eval, if you saw one of my last videos, I was like 20 bucks away from passing it last week. Did a quick little scalp. We passed that one. It's funded now. Have not traded it, but I have been trading My Funded Futures. It's my first time using My Funded Futures. It is, again, one of their 50K core accounts, and I'm enjoying it so far. It is different because I'm used to using the Project X platform, or TOPSTEP X, and it's a little bit different when you got to use TradingView. It's just a lot clunkier, a little bit slower, I feel like, than compared to the TOPSTEP X platform. But I'm also using NinjaTrader as well. It's been a while since I used it, so I'm just getting back in the swing of things. But it's going well. I really am enjoying My Funded Futures. I will probably pick up a few more accounts with them because it's just been a really good experience so far. Okay, so let's jump over, let's break down today, and you're gonna see how everything went. So those of you guys wondering about the TOPSTEP 50K combine that I was going through, again, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, it is passed. We got it passed, it's funded. Just again, slowly built it up and passed it in about I believe a week and a half of trading. So that one is good to go. All right, guys, so here we are on the charts. If you're new, you don't know how I trade, I am very discretionary. I use a lot of just intuition, looking at how candles are forming at, sometimes in the moment, looking at higher time frames, 1 hour, 4 hour, where have we swept liquidity recently, and where do I think price is moving to. I definitely try to move with the trend on the higher time frames most of the time, and just looking for a quick little moves. Okay, I'm not looking to get home runs, and I use very wide stops. So my typical stop is anywhere from 15 to 20 points to 25 points sometimes. During New York Open or around there, if I'm trading, it can be even 50 points, and I'm looking for just a quick 1.25 R, so risking 200 to make about 250, and that's it. I found that having a lot more room with my stops has done wonders for my trading. It just has made me a lot more consistent over time, and just going for base hits, not trying to catch these mega moves for thousands of dollars. Scalping 2-3 wins during the day, having a good string of wins can easily get, about 500 to 750 bucks, and that's good enough just to keep stacking it throughout the week. What I'll typically do is I will hop on during Asian session or, London, and try to build a buffer for the next day for New York. And sometimes I get good trades during those sessions that I don't even trade New York, because I do work during that time. I'm out and about, so I am having to execute from my phone. And I feel like with TradingView, it's just a lot tougher. And with NinjaTrader, it's near impossible. I can't execute from my phone using NinjaTrader at all. So, I definitely have to use TradingView. It's just a lot. It's a little bit more work to be calculating my size and where my stops need to be, compared to using something like TOPSTEP X, where I can have an ATM set up and just my order will stop and take profit is automatically there pretty quickly, or I can move my stops on the fly. And I think I took 2 trades last night during London. Let's see where they're at here. Okay, so the first one here was a full loss. I'll tell you that I entered this trade, I believe it was probably a higher time frame sweep, maybe even just a 15 minute, and I was looking for a quick move down to to the lows, and I positioned incorrectly on this trade. My size was going to be 5 micros. I think I ended up having 7 on NinjaTrader, and I didn't even notice. I set it, and I probably should have just closed the trade, but I was like, hey, we'll just let it run and we'll see what it does, right? And it moved against me almost immediately. You can see VWAP was just kind of flat here. We were definitely just ranging, and I got stopped out for full loss there, 250 bucks. So, and that was around 11:15 my time. Kind of sat on my hands for a little while just to see if I saw anything else. I took another trade here, you know, hoping for the reversal back to the downside to sweep these lows. Again, I'd have to be looking on a higher time frame to see exactly what I might have been seeing at that time. We probably swept some type of liquidity, and I was looking for a reversal to the downside. You know, it didn't happen. And I do remember I saw this momentum candle, I entered, and then we had an immediate push back up, and I ended up closing right here. I just didn't like the way that the trade was looking already, and so I took a $50 loss. So 300 bucks that I was down during London session. I decided, hey, I'm gonna you know, call it a night, go to sleep, come back the next day. So then we came to New York, 6:30. I saw we had a big move up, right? I was looking for price to come up here and sweep the previous day high, which we never quite did. But around 7 o'clock, so you know that macro 4-hour close, I think the 4-hour did sweep the previous 4-hour high, or maybe it was a 1-hour that swept. And I was looking for a move to the downside. Now, typically, sometimes I'll take the first move, but usually I like to see some type of trend start to form, right? So I think we had the sweep right in here. We came back above again. And after we started building this trend here, I decided, all right, I'm gonna take a move to the downside, just target a previous low. And that's what I did. So I saw this trend line here. It might have been even a 5-minute or a 15-minute trend line that I was watching, but you can see that we ended up coming up, and this huge momentum push down, I took the short, and we pretty much went to TP rather quickly, you know, about 16 minutes or so. So that was a $250 winner. At that point, I was only down about 50 bucks. So I was feeling okay. I'd taken, you know, the 2 losses the night before. New day, I was thinking, okay, maybe I can stack a couple more wins here. And so just to be completely transparent and honest, what I was looking for was actually trying to catch a reversal, which typically does not go very well for me. You know, they do work out sometimes, but I was looking for on a higher time frame, you know, the move up from market open, right? So I was looking for a reversal down into that area and then a move back up. And you can see as soon as we got this kind of double bottom here, I thought, all right, maybe I can catch a move back up into these, you know, into these lows somewhere. Quick little scalp. It did not work out. Price ended up rolling over on me. And as soon as we broke this 1-minute trend that I saw going, I knew, okay, we're going to sweep these. We're going to sweep these lows. Not only that, 4-hour macro was coming in 30 minutes or so when I entered the trade. And so yeah, this trade probably should not have been taken. I typically do not like to try to catch bottoms and catch tops like that, right? I like to go with the trend and see what's forming. So this was a $200 loss. So at this point, we were down about 300 on the day. And I was going to look for one more trade because, you know, my max loss for any day is 600 bucks. That's like absolute max loss. I don't like to get there, but I will take 3 trades. If it's 3 losses in a row, 200 bucks each, 600, I'll just lock out and forget about it. Okay. This trade I did end up taking, and I would have to again look at a higher time frame to see what was going on at the time, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but there was a sweep and I saw this big momentum push down, and yeah, that's right, we got this move. So my normal TP would have been about right here, right? So I was targeting these this kind of old resistance area, and you can see we had a big push down. So as soon as we got that big push down, I was just eliminating risk as soon as possible. I went to break even, and I just told myself, you know what, if it pops back up and stops me out at break even, it is what it is. If we end up winning, I'm gonna close out green on the day and I'll be done. It's one of those days, right? And so what ended up happening, price came back up, tapped me right at break even, and then rolled over and went to TP. So hey, it is what it is. That's all right. But on days like today where I'm just fighting up and down, and I feel like I'm up and then I'm down, or I'm fighting drawdown, I will usually just close out and end the day. I'll win or two and I'm right back in the green. So and just come at it during Asian or London, later in the day, and be done. And so that's exactly what I ended up doing, is took it for break even, closed out. It was about a $300 loss on the day, and it is what it is. I really try to lean into how I'm feeling on the charts, on whether I should just walk away. And today was just one of those days, up and down. It was a struggle to get profits. So I kind of took those emotions, those hints, that intuition, and closed out. So let's jump over to my funded futures, and we can see the stats so far. You can see we are still, I was at about $400 in profit at the time. The time I'm recording this, I have already taken another trade during Asia session. It hit take profit. So it is showing a little bit higher than it was when I ended previous day. But you can see here was the day right here, 6 trades, and I actually ended up being down 234 on the day. So I probably managed to catch a little bit more of a move somewhere in there than I remember. But 234 on the day, nothing major, right? One win already makes that back. And so things are going pretty well with my funded futures. We're up about 550 now on the account, and we're just going to keep hitting it. I mean, last week, some nice, 270, almost 400 that day. We had our loss. We already caught a quick little scalp for a win, and that's what it is. So little base hits every single day start to add up throughout the week. Anyways, hope you guys got some value out of this. Let me know in the comments below if you got any questions, and we're just going to keep grinding it out. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.